Okay, so I'm just going to walk through how we can do the galaxy classification efficiently. So you'd first want to open this Google Sheet and then make your own copy, right? So you can go File, make a copy, like that. And then you can share it with your group members and also probably share it with me as well. Where did that go? Okay. It's very laggy here. Okay, so for each galaxy here, so get this out of the way. Oh my gosh. Why isn't that going away? Okay, so there are 3 tabs for field, filament, and cluster, right? So those are the 3 environments that you're going to do. Okay, so each galaxy, you could go over here and click on the link, and it will open like the legacy viewer, right? So if we look at this one, for example, we would say that's a red. It's kind of smooth and round. And I think that's probably it for that one, right? So you would just put this one. Let me do it on my copy so I don't screw it. Why aren't they seeing this? Whatever. Okay, so you would make like smooth and round to 1 and red to 1. Okay. But it takes a while. It'll take a while to click on all those links separately. So if you go back to Canvas, in this section, I describe a quick way to do that. So you can download, for example, so all of those like separate sheets in the Google Doc are separate FITS files here, right? So we can just download the field, for example. Oops. I don't want to, yeah, we just want to download it. And save it wherever you want. I'll just put it on my desktop for now. Okay. All right, and then so you can download them, and then you want to go, just make a note of where you saved them on the computer, and then you can open the Sky Viewer, which is part of the legacy survey. Internet is really slow right now. Oh my gosh. Let's try that again. What the heck? What's happening there? All right, so then in the bottom left, you can, I can't actually see the icons right over that. Maybe it says choose file or something. Okay, so I'll go to desktop, click on the ASTR101 more field.fits, open that, and then you have to click upload again. And now it just says it's waiting. It doesn't take this long, I think, when you have a good internet connection. Try upload again. Okay, maybe I just didn't click upload. All right, so now that same first galaxy that we saw is there, right? And so you can scroll in and out with your mouse, to zoom in on it. If this label and green circle gets in the way, you can just remove that. Okay, and then and again, so you could basically like have one window open maybe with your spreadsheet like that, or something with the galaxies next to it. So you'd have to figure out a way that, well, this is actually not going to work really, but you can figure out a way to try and get them side by side. And then just zoom out a little bit here. Make that bigger. Okay, so you can classify it, go back to your spreadsheet, decide what it is, right? And then just go over here to next. Okay, so things are just loading slowly. So this is an example. I would say it's, a disk galaxy. It's got spiral arms and it's blue. And go there. That's a disk galaxy. It's hard to say. It's probably edge on, but definitely blue. And then so you can just like update your spreadsheet as you're going. Okay. So the only thing potentially tricky, so now we're on the third one. If we go back to the beginning, the number here is 0 for the first one, and that is actually row 2 in the table. So the table is going to be 2 higher than the index that's listed there. Okay. And so you just go through, mark them all, just set to 1 anything that applies to the particular galaxy. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you can download the other one for filaments and for Virgo. So, with your group, some groups each took an environment, so you guys can just split it up. Since you guys have 2 in your group, maybe you want to do like somebody does field, somebody does Virgo, and you both do filaments just to make sure you're doing things consistently, something like that. Okay. And then you're going to start a slideshow that has, just kind of a couple of slides on the background. And you have to figure out how to, once you classify all the galaxies, you have to figure out how to decide if morphology varies with environment. Okay. So in the spreadsheet, for example, you could just calculate the number. So there's 50 galaxies in each environment, right? You could do like a total down here if you wanted to. So if we wanted to know how many were like smooth and rounded, we could just do equals. Yeah, and it's doing it already for us, the sum, right? And then you can do, drag that to the right and we'll, oops. If we drag it to the right, it will calculate the sum in each. Okay. And then let's say, so that would give us like total. And then if we wanted like a fraction, which is good to plot up to, you could just do equals this cell divided by 50. And so we get whatever, 0.04 for that. Or you could do percent, right? So it's the sum divided by the total times 100. Equals our sum divided by the total, which is 50 times 100. And so, just with the 2 galaxies classified, saying 4% are elliptical. Okay, and then you can present that as like a bar chart or whatever. You can kind of just search it within Google Sheets to see, how to present that easily. And this one actually shouldn't be, that should be a 0. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then the next part of that, let's expand this out a little more. Okay, so that's the first thing, is just trying to answer the question, does morphology vary with environment? So you can imagine having like a histogram of, whatever, a fraction of ellipticals versus environment, a fraction of disk galaxies. And then the next question is, are all spirals blue? And so this one will go through and help you just more detailed instructions that can help you work through that question. Okay. And then the last part of the research is to come up with your own question. So you have to come up with your own research question that you can answer with this data set. So as you're looking through galaxies, just make notes, like in your table, you can make notes of anything interesting that you see. No, wrong one. Oh yeah. Right, so there's kind of a notes table that you can just add like your own text, and if you want to look at mergers or inclined galaxies or whatever. So as you're going through, you want to start thinking about what your independent question could be. Okay. All right. And then that independent question, so this part is just, coming up with a question, and then what are some of the key plots that you would make to try and address the question. And then you'll have to come up with the next assignment is the actual presentation. And it goes through in detail kind of what's required in the presentation. And then you can actually, we're going to watch them together. You can record it ahead of time, and then, which you guys should do because you're not actually meeting in class, and then we'll watch it in class. Okay. And then this is an example presentation from last year if you just want to see kind of an example of what people have done.
Okay.
And that will take us all the way through the end. So this is the presentations are due like the Wednesday of the last week, and the presentations will be Thursday in class.
Wednesday of the last week.
It says here probably May 4th it's due, yeah. So, and all of these are available now.
Yeah.